Let me start with an uncomfortable question. What if the biggest thing holding us back isn't oppression, isn't corruption, isn't even polarization? What if it's this? We would rather be right than be free. In the last episode, we talked about why compromise feels like betrayal, why giving ground feels like losing yourself. So today is a darker follow-up. Because once identity is tied to belief, something else quietly happens. You stop asking, is this true? And you start asking, does this protect who I am? Being right isn't just about facts. It gives us moral superiority, psychological safety, social belonging, and a clear enemy. It answers a deeper question than policy ever could. Am I a good person? And once belief becomes the proof of goodness, letting go of that belief feels dangerous. Because if you're wrong, what does that make you? So here's the paradox no one wants to admit. Most people who say they're free thinkers are deeply constrained, not by laws, not by governments, but by their audience. Because they know what they're allowed to say, what they're allowed to question, which doubts are acceptable, and which thoughts are forbidden. They don't need censorship. They self-police, and they call it conviction. Once you join a tribe, the rules are simple. Some facts matter, some facts are problematic, and some questions are dangerous. And curiosity, that becomes suspicious. Because curiosity might lead you somewhere your group doesn't want you to even go. So people stop exploring. They defend, they then repeat, and then they perform. Not because they're stupid, but because belonging feels safer than uncertainty. And here's the part that rarely gets said. Freedom is terrifying. Because freedom means you might be wrong, you might change, you might lose people, and you might stand alone for a while. Being right removes all of that risk. It locks the world into a simple story. Good people here, bad people there, questions answered, identity secured. Freedom asks more of you. And once again, the system loves this trade-off. People who need to be right are predictable, loyal, easy to mobilize, and easy to scare. People who are truly free thinkers, they're inconvenient. They don't stay in lanes. They don't repeat slogans. They don't respond well to outrage. So the system quietly rewards certainty and punishes curiosity. So what's the cost of all this? You lose perspective, adaptability, growth, real autonomy. You don't evolve, you entrench yourself. You don't understand more, you defend better. And over time, you stop choosing your beliefs, and your beliefs start choosing you. So I guess the real question is, if letting go of a belief feels like losing your freedom, were you ever actually free? Or were you just very well aligned with the expectations of your side? Because freedom isn't agreeing with the right people. Freedom is being able to think even when agreement costs you something. Being right feels safe. Freedom feels unstable. One gives you certainty, and the other gives you responsibility. And the uncomfortable truth is, a society that values certainty over curiosity will always choose control over growth. So ask yourself, are your beliefs something you use, or are they something you're trapped in?